Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss book 3 of The Legend of Korra, Change. So it's very interesting that the main antagonist in this season, season 3, book 3, Change, his name is Zahir, and he's all about balance. But the fourth book is called Balance, the third one's called Change. Very interesting. So the portals are open. Spirits are now mingling into, the physical world. What happens, right? We know that Korra decided to leave the portals open. So how does everyone mingle now within the spirits? So there's, spirit vines all over Republic City that she's trying to deal with. It's not happening. Certain earth benders throughout the Earth Kingdom are now becoming airbenders because when she kept the portals open, somehow it ignited some some airbending abilities in non-benders, and they can now airbend. So it's a matter of now tracking down these earthbenders to try to get them to join the air nomad nation to build back the air nomads. It's more difficult than we assume. At some point we wound up in the metal city of Zaofu. Su Beifeng runs the city of Zaofu, and Su is Lin Beifeng, Chief Lin Beifeng's half-sister. They both have the same mother, Toph Beifeng, the metal-bending wizardry that we know and love from the original Team Avatar. And so they have their history of sibling rivalry and, discord, and, we go through that family drama and all this stuff. And Zaofu is gorgeous. Su's family is wonderful. Her daughter, Opal, is now an airbender. So that's why Korra and company are in Zaofu, figuring all this stuff out. We meet Kuvira, who's a chief of the guards. She's extremely important in book 4, Balance. So it's very interesting getting character development of Kuvira leading into her antagonistic plot points of book 4. But who is here? Who is here? Why is he all of a sudden airbending when he couldn't airbend prior? We get Fire Lord Zuko through this, like an old 80-something-year-old Fire Lord Zuko. We get some backstory on the Red Lotus Society compared to the White Lotus Society. The Red Lotus is the antithesis of the White Lotus. This is the reason why Korra was sheltered for her training of being an avatar from her father, from Tenzin, from a whole bunch of other leaders, Zuko. They wanted to make sure that she was safe because Zahir and his band of anarchists were attempting to kidnap the Avatar to break the Avatar cycle. So they would poison her, get her in the Avatar state, and if they killed her in the Avatar state, then the cycle would be broken. There would be no more Avatar because there's no need for an Avatar. The natural order is disorder and chaos. All the good antagonistic, anarchist mindsets. Zahir had good points. Don't get me wrong, he had good points, but it was just horribly executed. He kills the Earth Queen. That was a horrific scene. But going to Ba Sing Se to get the Earthbenders out of the, dungeon that the Earth Queen has under her mansion, her palace, where she's keeping her now airbending guards, soldiers, if you will. Korra and company take them away. Tenzin's off training. We meet Michael and Bolin's family in Ba Sing Se. They get saved after the Earth Queen is murdered by Zahir. That was a very difficult scene to watch, but very interesting, especially because it's a cartoon for a kids show. But getting it, just the chaos of the 3 rings, and it's just a beautiful watching of Rome burning. Currently in our good old US of A, we're living real world time live feed of Rome burning. And it's interesting watching it and being aware to it, but wondering when the catalytic moment of burn happens. But it was interesting watching it of the Ba Sing Se aspect, because now it's a matter of the Earth Kingdom's in disarray. What happens next? So Zahir and company steal Avatar Korra away, right? They poison her. They try to get her into the Avatar state. They try to kill her, but they can't because Team Avatar is back. They save the air nomads after Zahir's group tried to kill them. They, Korra and Asami get closer throughout the entire season, but then Lin taking away the metallic poison, we think it's all of it, but it's not all of it. And then Korra is still recuperating weeks later. They're at Janora's Master Airbender ceremony, which is a very emotional scene. Zahir is thrown in prison again. This is one of my favorite finale episodes because it is so emotional. It's so emotional watching it. Korra is weak. She is paralyzed. She's in a wheelchair. She cannot function properly because she has just been gone. She's gone through hell and back, Tartarus and back, from the Avatar state, from the poison, from all of these things, that she's just been kidnapped constantly between the Earth Kingdom, the Earth Queen's army, as well as Zahir and company, learning how to astral project into the spirit world, talking to Iroh again. That was really nice. Her sitting down with Zahir under that tree as he's figuring out where she actually is in the physical plane. That was an incredible scene. Getting the actual origin of why he's doing what he's doing. He literally explains himself, but in a coherent and logical point. That doesn't happen with villains most of the time. This was a beautifully thought out villain, quote unquote. This anarchist named Zahir, leader of the Red Lotus Society. So to have him back in prison is very important. And he is the constant, thing on her mind of, why she is still struggling and going forward, of her confronting him in the fourth book. Very important for character development. Korra is an absolutely incredible character. It's an absolutely incredible show. To have that ending of her just crying at Janora's master ceremony. Janora's tatted up. She's got her arrows. She's bald now. Like, her boyfriend Kai is cheering her on. We love Kai, by the way. Kai's story throughout the entire season, absolutely incredible. Him and Janora hanging out within the sequel comics is pretty cool too. But we'll talk about that. We have a lot of comics to talk about too. But I'm just so jazzed about this season, and I've seen this season so many times. But like, this finale just really gets me, just at showing that. And it's it's funny now that I'm thinking about it, talking about it out loud. It's similar to Book 2's finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender, when we think he's dead. When we think Aang is dead because Azula, lightning struck him through the back and it went out his foot, and Katara had to heal him with the water from the Northern Tribe, Northern Water Tribe, which had that celestial moon energy to it, which then technically healed them. But it's like they lost. What happens next? Korra feels that she lost. What happens next? Technically, they won because 3 of Zahir's members were destroyed. He was then captured by everyone because Team Avatar became a team, a unit, an army Avatar. What happens next, right? Defeated, she's paralyzed. She still's got poison in her that we don't know yet, but I know because I've seen the fourth book. What happens next? Also, her and Asami getting close throughout the entire season, huh? Oh, leading up to extra beautiful things, and then leading up to the beautiful comics that we have as well. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Love this show. Love book 3. On to the fourth book, Balance. Mucho mahalo.